going live on YouTube, but okay. All right, everyone. Welcome to episode number 3 of the Weekend Warriors series. Okay. I'm going to be getting to any questions. If you want to ask me anything, just drop them in the comments on Instagram or on YouTube. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, I suggest you do so. I'm going to be dropping these episodes for replay on my YouTube. Okay. So on Instagram, they're only up temporarily. If you want to see them and go through them, maybe when you got the time, go on YouTube and subscribe for more there. So Weekend Warriors, in these episodes, I bring you tips, tricks, strategies, the best ways to conquer your weekends, to take control of your lifestyle, and to be a weekend warrior. Perfect timing. I was planning on making these a Saturday thing. It's Thursday, right before the weekend. So hopefully this gives you some insights, some tips, and some motivation to conquer your weekends. All right. So today's episode, I'm going to be going over eight takeaways from the Tony Robbins Power of Success event. Okay. So a couple weeks back, I believe 2 weeks ago, I went to Tony Robbins Power of Success event here in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. And there was like 6,000, 7,000 entrepreneurs. Well, not all entrepreneurs, just people. Some business owners, some not. And it was insane. It was a pretty big event. Tony Robbins came out for a few hours at the end, which was cool. But there were some great speakers. Phil Town was there and some other speakers. And I did get some points from them along the way. And I broke down the most vital, most important points that really resonated with me and just, I think would help my viewers out there, my followers, in terms of being motivated, understanding what it takes to, conquer and create the lifestyle you want and to be successful. Now, am I successful? I don't think so. Obviously, I'm working towards it. And I do believe I probably have like 10, 20 years before I actually reach what I would consider success. But I'm going to grind until I get there, and I'm going to help you guys along the way as much as I can. Okay, so keep in mind, these are tips that I got from the speakers directly, but also I'm going to give you my kind of interpretation for them. Okay, I don't know who's calling me right now, but that's not cool. That's not cool. So here we go. The first takeaway that I got was, how do you stay motivated? Okay, so how to stay motivated is essentially BS. I get this question all the time, and you need to figure out how you can stay motivated, but understand that motivation comes and goes all the time. It's not something like, let's say you get somebody who's big in an industry or somebody that you look up to and you think, well, if only I was as motivated as them all the time. If only I wanted it as badly as them all the time. That's just a lame cop-out in reality. And again, motivation, coming from my perspective, motivation, and people think that I'm always motivated. Actually, it's not the case. A lot of times I'm not motivated. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to work. I don't want to do whatever I have to do. But the point is that the difference is some people, they do it whether they're motivated or not. And that is going to be related to basically how, what your why is, you could say. I hate using that kind of term, but it's going to be related to what you've attached to the end goal. So for example, if your end goal is something powerful, like you want to influence and impact 1 million people's lives, as opposed to somebody else where they just want to make $1 million. The person who wants to impact the lives, they feel more of a moral obligation, more of a responsibility, more of, guilt if they don't do what they should do. Whereas if you don't have anything tied to your goals and you want to work out because you want to look good for the wedding, but it's not that big of a deal for you, you know what I mean? Then the second you lose motivation, the second any obstacle presents itself, you're out. You've got a low chance of sticking to it. So you need to really dig deep, and you can do this by asking 5 whys. Okay, it's called the 5 whys. Ask yourself, okay, why do you want to? Let's say you want to lose fat. Why do you want to lose fat? And of course, I'm relating these tips to fitness. They go for everything, but why do you want to lose fat? Well, because I want to look better. Why do you want to look better? Well, because I'll feel better about myself. Okay, why do you want to feel better about yourself? Well, because it will give me more confidence. Okay, why do you want more confidence? Because and you see what I mean? It's going to trickle into every aspect of your life. So the people that understand that losing fat will actually impact their own lives, their families' lives, the people around them, their friends' lives. If you attach the fact that you losing fat will help so many other people around you, you've got more of a moral obligation. Those days that you don't want to do it, you feel like you have to because you don't want to let everybody else down, let alone yourself, right? So number one is figure out how you can attach something and how to stay motivated even when you're not motivated. In other words, how are you going to hold yourself accountable to do the things you don't want to do when you don't want to do them, right? So that's the first takeaway. The second takeaway is how to dance with disruption. So what this one means is essentially when things go wrong or things aren't going the way you planned, how are you going to, like it says, dance with that? How are you going to make the most out of it? How are you going to turn the losses into wins? Okay. I know this stuff sounds cheesy and whatnot. And if you're just hearing this, every now and then, or for the first time now, you're like, this is so cheesy. Honestly, it is what it is. It's the truth. This is the kind of stuff that's changed my life for the better. So how to dance with disruption. Let's say for me, right? I'll go on a live stream and I'll literally go on a live stream for 20 minutes. And the entire time I won't have more than 2 people like there is right now in the live stream, either on YouTube or on Instagram. Okay. I'm pumped about that. I'm cool with it. I said, good. If anything, I want less people. Why? Why do I say that? Well, I psych myself out, but I also realize that if you go in with a massive expectation, you may just be let down. And if you really attached yourself to that expectation, the second it doesn't happen, the second it doesn't work out the way you expect or want to, you're just going to be so heartbroken. You're going to be hurt. You're going to go on the live stream thinking, okay, cool. I got 7,000 followers. I'm going to jump on this live stream, have hundreds of people talking to me. You go on and one person, and it's your mom, goes on the live stream. And you're just like, well, I'm never doing that again. What a waste of time, blah, blah, blah. Right? So those are the people that fall off. Same thing with fitness. You think, okay, I'm going to dedicate everything. I'm going to meal prep everything. I'm going to work out like crazy. And in the next 2 weeks, just watch this transformation. And then in 2 weeks, you're just like, I don't look nearly as good as I thought I would. This is a waste of time. Why am I putting in all this effort? So it is what it is. You need to just understand that, yes, it's good to have high expectations and it's good to set extreme goals, but don't get attached to those expectations and don't ever expect everything to go the way you have it planned. As a matter of fact, hey, Kate was actually at this event. I'm talking about power of success. And definitely don't get attached to those expectations, and always understand, like for me, whenever I do something now, I just expect this is going to fail miserably, but I'm going to do it anyway, So it's just not realistic to think that things are going to go the way you've planned. I've worked hundreds of hours on a project thinking, okay, this is literally it. This is how I'm going to take off. And then nothing happens from it. And luckily, I didn't attach myself to that. I said, no matter what happens, I'm never going to give up, because I know that the only way you can lose is by giving up. So I said, you know what? Even if I put 20 years into something, let's say I work on a project, I build a lifestyle, build a business for 20 years, and it all comes crumbling down and it all fails. I'm just going to keep trying. And you know what? If I'm 60 years old and it still doesn't work, and I'm 70, 80, whatever, it still doesn't work, and I die never making it, I just kept trying, and that's all that mattered. Maybe I missed something along the way. That would be my fault. At the end of the day, accept responsibility. It's your fault, and learn to dance with disruption. Learn to, look for the positive when things don't work out as planned. So some of the projects I had high hopes for, they didn't work out at the time. And all of a sudden, months later, oh shit, wait, now that could work. And I pull it in and boom, it takes off in another direction. So don't ever give up is essentially what dance with disruption kind of translates to in a sense. Takeaway number 3 is, I just wrote down, let's see. Takeaway number 3, improve your memory. So essentially how to improve your memory would be repetition, of course. and just, frequency, repetition, just the typical stuff. But improving memory is key. Like you want to memorize people's names, for example. That goes a long way. Improving your memory also, by the way, when it comes to a fitness sense, is actually going to be significantly impacted by, let's say, diet, sleep, all that stuff. A better memory is always a good thing. Okay. So improving your memory is a key to success. I accidentally just summarized the points themselves here without putting some notes. I think I was supposed to use my iPad, but it's dead right now. That's where all my notes are. So secrets to success, investing. Okay. I learned about investing in the stock market, which I've read The Intelligent Investor. I've read a bunch of stock market books. I've done plenty of research in the market. I understand a pretty good amount about the market, but I have some investments in it, but I'm not going to be investing any further in the market because it's just not as good as people think. And unless you have hundreds and hundreds of thousands or even millions, only then will it really be fruitful enough for you to be investing in stocks all the time, okay? Instead of worrying about stocks at 22, 23, 24, 25 years old, invest in something with higher return. Real estate would obviously be better, but in my opinion, and from what my mentors teach me, buying a house is a brutal, terrible, absolutely terrible investment. The return you actually get after you sell that house or after all these years of paying to live in a house is actually a terrible, terrible investment. If you're going to buy real estate, don't buy something that you pay to live in. You buy something that you rent out to somebody else that pays you and pays off the mortgage of the house, which gives you eventually the equity comes up as well. So you're good to go. So I will be renting for a very long time where I live and then owning what I rent out to others. So investing in the stock market, overrated. But there are some keys. The keys for that Phil Town gave us in terms of investing in the market would be stuff like copying essentially what the greats do. So watch what Warren Buffett invests in and invests in the same thing. Watch what Ray Dalio is doing in the market and just copy him. That is literally the biggest tip that he gave in terms of that. Number 6 is discomfort. You have to get comfortable with discomfort. Okay. Now, this to me at this point is very obvious, but for a lot of people out there, it may not be. Getting comfortable with discomfort is key. So it kind of relates to that dance with disruption thing. If I post something and I get 20 likes, I could easily just be like, my engagement is down. I post a video and it gets 20 views. What is the point of this? I've been doing this for 2 years and I'm getting no views. Like, why would I keep doing this, right? So that's what a lot of people would have. And I even have those thoughts at times. So now what I do is I just say, good. I'm glad I got no views. I'm glad I got no likes. I could care less because I'm going to do it anyways. And the second you start understanding the power behind being comfortable with discomfort, dancing with disruption, and just trucking through no matter what, because you know what? Sometimes my live streams are dead. All of a sudden I'll do one, boom, and plenty of people jump on and it feels good. So there's always going to be a down point before there's a massive spike. So that's what being comfortable with discomfort is just understand that discomfort is necessary to help you grow and move forward. And times of discomfort are necessary before the good times can come in afterwards. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Number 7, another obvious one for me, limiting beliefs. You have to get rid of limiting beliefs. Okay. In my head, take this in my head and in my mind, and what I truly believe in is anything on this planet is truly possible. Now, you're probably thinking, yeah, anything's possible. No, let me explain. I think that if you wanted to jump from here, like where I'm standing right now, to the moon, you could do it. You're like, okay, this guy's obviously retarded. Like, what do you mean? That is literally the extent of my imagination. Is any single thing on this planet is possible. And that's honestly something I've learned over the last few years. It's just like whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve. But conversely, if they're hard to find and get rid of. Yeah, exactly. So limiting beliefs would be something like as simple as, oh, I'm just not good at that. Okay. Wow, I wish I could draw like that. I'm just not good at drawing. Well, it's not that you're not good at it. You just haven't practiced it. You haven't dedicated enough time to it. You haven't decided or committed to getting better at that thing. Okay. You can't say, "Oh, I wish I could look like that. I'll never look like that." That is the biggest one that I hear from clients. Oh yeah, I'll never look like that. I can look good, but I'll never look like that. That is such BS. You can literally look like the statues of a Greek god if you wanted to. The whole point is, or the whole premise here is, how bad do you want it? And again, this may sound cheesy and may sound cliche, and it kind of is to a point, but that's why people overlook it. Because be realistic, man. Come on. You can't make $60,000 a month. Come on, be realistic. Why don't you shoot for a more realistic number? You can't be 220 pounds of pure muscle naturally. You can't do it. Be realistic. And to those people, I say, what's the fun in being realistic? What is the fun in it? Now, if you're going to say something, there's still laws that you have to abide by. You won't build 30 pounds of muscle naturally in 1 week. Okay, that's stupidity. That's not realism. That's just stupidity, and that's trying to literally defy the laws of nature. But the law of nature still over time equates to however much work you put in, you will get out. Okay, so you can achieve that goal. And to be honest, it's probably going to take longer than you think, but you can achieve it. Okay, the whole point is that you can achieve it. Now, if you're saying, well, I just want to achieve it tomorrow. Okay, well then, you know what? Good luck. I wish the best to you, but I don't think that it's going to work that way. But the whole point is that you can achieve it someday, but you need to start today. And it all is determined on what you are willing to put in and do today to eventually get to that goal. I want to make $60,000 a month. I can do that. Other people be like, 60,000? That's it. Like, it's scary. If it scares you, it's a good thing. If you think, oh my God, $60,000 a month, that's kind of a scary goal. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you're only making 10,000 a month right now. 60,000, 6x. Well, the truth of the matter is there's people out there making $60,000 a day. Why can't you do it? Oh, I'm not as smart as that person. That's a limiting belief. Well, I wasn't as lucky. I'm not as lucky. Oh, I have a family. Oh, I've got kids. Oh, I don't have time. Those are all limiting beliefs. Okay. Get rid of the limiting beliefs, set extreme goals, and there's nothing you can't achieve so long as they scare you, but you commit to achieving them. The last thing I got here, so I said 8 steps. It's actually going to turn into 7. The steps to mastery and success, the success cycle. So Tony Robbins spoke about this. And it essentially breaks down to however much you repeat and commit to on a daily basis, it's going to essentially come back into producing more results. More results produces more motivation. More motivation causes you to continue that commitment day in, day out. So for example, at this point, I've worked out for a very long time. And over all this time, I've noticed dramatic results. My body is changed dramatically, obviously. So at this point, even the days that I'm not motivated, the days that don't want to do it, I go and I do it anyway because I understand that it will move me towards my goals. You guys will probably see a common theme amongst everything I'm saying here is repetition every day. Do it when you don't want to, and just commit and don't limit yourself. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and close up by saying that it's been a bit of a long live stream here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say that to finish it off is don't limit yourself. Any person, any woman, any man can look like the Instagram model they want to look like. Okay. You can. And if you think, no, it's lighting. No, it's illusion. No, okay. You're limiting yourself though, because who's to say you can't do it? Only one person will ever say that you can't do it and be right. And that's you. So set the goal that you want to set. You want to look like that Instagram model. Don't think, well, I got to be realistic. I can't do that. No, if you want it more than anything, you'll get it. It's that simple. It's simple, but it's not easy. Okay. Keep that in mind, but you can do it. That's all that matters. The hope is there. The only thing in question is your commitment to that goal. Okay. So commit, almost be unreasonable with your expectation and your goal. Learn to dance with disruption. When things don't go your way, when things are taking longer than expected, perfect. Embrace that. Love the journey, all that stuff, that Gary Vee type stuff. He's right. Love the grind. Love he calls it the eating dirt. Like I do a live stream and I get one person on it for 20 minutes. I get 0 people on my YouTube. I got 1,000 subs and I get 0 people on it. Good. Be happy because it can't get much worse than that, right? It can only really go up from here. If you just keep doing it a year from now, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, it's going to get better eventually. Maybe it takes you 5 years to finally get some traction, but you'll get it. That's what matters. Maybe it takes you 5 years, like it took me, to actually learn how to efficiently build muscle and lose fat. Like I'm talking the concrete blueprint, the exact steps, but I learned it. If I had given up within those 5 years because I said, you know what, I'm wasting my time. You know what, this isn't going to go anywhere. If I gave up, I wouldn't be where I am today. Okay, so don't give up. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I appreciate everybody that stopped in on YouTube and on Instagram. Any questions and stuff, I want you guys to shoot me a DM. I have to head out right now, so I don't have time to answer the Instagram ones. But again, DM me your questions, and I will be happy to answer them for you. And anything else you want, Carla, nice to see you here. Anything else you want, just message me, DM me, let me know. Message me on YouTube, comment. Also, subscribe to the channel as I'm dropping this video on there if you want to rewatch it. And I'm also dropping a video tomorrow and Sunday, the usual. So, guys, if you want to see any more episodes like this, let me know. Same thing, message or comment on my YouTube videos, and I'll definitely bring you some more content like this. Any other topics you want me to cover, whether on a Instagram story or a YouTube video, like an actual video where I break it down, give you science and all that, let me know about that as well. Again, I appreciate everybody for stopping by. John Mango, Beyond the Iron, representing. And let's conquer this weekend, okay? I'm going out this weekend. I think every day of the weekend I'm going out for once, which is funny. But I've got a crazy amount of work to do. Got a lot of follow-ups. I got a lot of people I got to be in contact with. I got a lot of preparation for a couple weeks heading to New York City for some business. So I'm pumped about it, but this is what it is, man. This is the life of the weekend warrior. You can go out. I'm not drinking. I just don't drink alcohol anymore. You can still drink and make it. I might have a drink or two, but I just drive, man. I have just as good of a time, if not a better time, not drinking than when I drink. People think I'm the drunk one. You know what I mean? It's just, do you really need that liquid confidence? Nah. But we'll get into that in another future episode of Weekend Warriors. So again, subscribe if you want to get this content coming. Follow me on Insta. And let's do this. Let's make these gains. Get these Weekend Warrior gains. Thanks again for watching, everyone. I'm out, YouTube. Peace.